Uh, yeah, uh, yo, we just got back from bullying the home gym. What you know about that? Nothing. You guys got to get at the gym. You guys got to get at the gym, whether it be a gym, or you got some stuff at home. You gotta do some push-ups, man. Gotta start moving that energy, man. Don't stay stagnant. Don't just lay in bed. Don't just sit here and be like, man, what should I do today? And then as you scrolling through the phone or you playing something on your TV, man, get up. Get up, man. Look alive. Look alive. For real. Alright. So look, back with another banger. I want to go over the Ten Commandments with you guys. I was thinking, I was like, what should I talk about? What am I going to talk about right now? I was like, you know what? Let's get some scriptures in. So I was flipping through, I was reading, I was like, ooh. I flipped all the way to Exodus. I say all the way. It's literally at the beginning, but I was more over here. So I flipped all the way back to Exodus. So I'm going to read off the commandments and just go through them with you guys real quick. Because I've noticed, after like myself going through this, the way that modern society is living is the complete opposite of these commandments, and you have a lot of people living very rotten lives, unfruitful lives. And that's a cause of living the complete opposite of these 10 things, just 10 very, simple common sense things, that people just don't pay attention to. Now, there's one comment that I want to make is that I understand that people don't want to, fall within the religious box. You don't have to be religious to develop a relationship with God. You do not have to be religious. There's a massive difference between religion and having a relationship with Christ. There's a big difference. Even God and Jesus, it's somewhere in here. We're talking about how they don't like religion. That's something that they don't want for their people, for their children. They don't want that. So you can have a relationship with Christ and live a fruitful life, but not be within a box of religion. You know what I'm saying? So look, let me just get started right now. So it says, you must not have any other God but me. It's number one. Whether that means you are worshiping Buddha, or that's a big one. A lot of people are going into this new age territory where they're going into the meditative zone, and they're talking about Buddha, they're talking about Muhammad, they're talking about Shiva. There's a lot of different gods that people are putting above God. There's a lot of lowercase g gods that people are putting above God, uppercase. Number two, you must not make yourself an idol of any kind or an image of anything in the heavens or on the earth or in the sea. You must not bow down to them or worship them, for I, the Lord your God, am a jealous God, who will not tolerate your affection for any other gods. I lay the sins of the parents upon their children. The entire family is affected, even children in the third and fourth generations of those who reject me. But I lavish unfailing love for 1,000 generations on those who love me and obey my commands. That's a big one. That's a massive one. Because people who are religious are under this doctrine that God, this is a Bible. It's a Bible. You can find this anywhere. You can find it anywhere. Not this specific translation, but you can find Bibles anywhere. For real. It's in all of them. But what people in the religious community fail to do is to objectively read the Bible. They're under this doctrine that God loves everybody. He loves everybody no matter how you are, who you are. He loves you and he accepts you, and we're all going to go to heaven. Like, God doesn't send anybody to hell. God doesn't detest anything or anybody. He loves everybody. He calls everybody his children. That's not the case. That's not the case. Our God is a jealous God. He doesn't love everybody. He doesn't call everybody his child. There are people that are so engulfed within wickedness that, just have no point of coming back. They worship the devil. They worship Satan. Now, you don't have to be praising Satan's name. You don't. But if you're not following God, who are you following? If you're not listening to his teachings, who are you listening to? There's God and there's the devil. We get to choose. So if you're not going to follow God, who are you following? What agenda are you pushing through your own life, if not this one? Real talk. And it talks about not making yourself an idol. Because, again, you being an idol, you get the praise, you get the worship. God doesn't want that. That praise and worship, no man can handle no man can handle that. Look at the celebrities. Look at them, bro. They're idols for mainstream people, for modern people. They're idols. They worship them. They sing their songs in the shower before they go to bed. They talk about them all the time. They always want to see what they're up to. What does social media say? What does the news say? What are my friends saying about this person? It's an idol. Like, they can't go one day without knowing what this person has said. Look at how those celebrities are living their life. They have to be very specific with what they're doing. They have to be very careful with what they say and how they act and the things they do, because they're going to lose all of that praise, all of that glory. They're going to lose everything. In addition to that, their lives are so stressful. Look at them, bro. Their bodies are in and out of all these different shapes. Their minds are being warped with the perception of celebrity fame. Real talk. No man can handle that. They're the same as you and I. We may want it, but no man can truly handle the praise and the worship that belongs to the Lord. Now, if you are, receiving praise and worship, let your people know, I didn't do this. God gave it to me. God gave me this. God made me lit. God made me fire. Let your people know so they can turn that praise away from you and to God. If you are being blessed within your life, you want other people to be blessed. You don't want people to be like, oh my God, you're so cool. Oh, tell me everything you know, blah, blah, blah. And you're just like speaking out the side of your neck. That praise belongs to the Lord, because only the Lord can teach what he has taught. We can be mediators. We can show people how to do things for the Lord, but in the end, only the Lord, only God can truly give these blessings to people, whether it be through you or from himself. Real talk. So you don't want to make yourself an idol, and I understand your flesh is in love with the idea of being famous. You don't want to make yourself an idol. That goes completely against this. Let me see. 1, 2. It goes completely against the second commandment. Real talk. You must not misuse the name of the Lord your God. The Lord will not let you go unpunished if you misuse his name. Now, that could be saying his name in vain. That could be preaching something that he doesn't preach himself. You could have some understanding of what it is that, the point he's trying to get across, but then you kind of twist it and push it out and say, God told me this, or this is what he wants. If it's not coming strictly from his word, and you're throwing his name on top of that, now let me be careful with what I say here, because he can teach things outside of his word. He can. This isn't everything. He can still show people and teach people things that aren't in here. For real. But if you are just tossing his name around with everything that you talk about, and you're trying to teach something to somebody. If it's not in line with the Lord, if it's not in line with God and what he is actually saying here, that would be misusing his name. So you want to make sure that, one, your spirit is clean. You don't have any demons lurking to like spew out random nonsense. You want to make sure that everything that you've got going on within you is right and ready to preach God's light. Because you don't want to come out here after a bad day and be like, all right, let's do this. I'm going to go teach people something, or I'm going to, just going on about your day, and you're following the Lord, but you've had a bad day and you're letting that affect you. You want to make sure that you are right before, because you could go into the realm of misusing his name. And you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that you're speaking light unto his name. You don't want to be preaching, dark, because that's not him. For real. Remember to observe the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. You have 6 days each week for your ordinary work, but the seventh day is a Sabbath day of rest dedicated to the Lord your God. Now, people have different Sabbath days, whether they call it that or not. There is a day of rest. And let no man judge what day you have Sabbath day on. People can say Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It doesn't matter. Just make sure that you are taking that whole day and dedicating it to God, thanking him for the blessings that he's given you, thanking him for the wisdom and knowledge he's given you to make it this far within your life. Maybe teaching other people, spreading his name around. Like, dedicate this day to him. Whatever your Sabbath day is, you want to make sure that is a day of rest and dedication. Because, let me see here. It goes into it. I was about to start talking about it, but it literally goes into it. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens, the earth, the sea, and everything in them. But on the seventh day he rested. That is why the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and set it apart as holy. So you, with your relationship with God, figuring out what that Sabbath day is, dedicate it to him, make it holy within his name. He has blessed the Sabbath day. And if you're going your life without a Sabbath day, you're not going to receive blessings, but you're also not dedicating your time to him. You're putting yourself as more important. You're putting your, the stuff you're going through in life is more important. At least have one day that you can rest and dedicate. Real talk. Because the Lord wakes you up in the morning. The Lord protects you while you sleep. The Lord gives you the wisdom and the knowledge to keep going, to keep becoming stronger, to keep striving down your path. So he's the one that put you here. He's the one that knows when you're going to leave. Real talk. We have no idea. This life is like an hourglass, and each and every second, we have a grain of sand falling down. Dedicate that time to him. Real talk. Eternity is real. It's a real place. You've got heaven and you've got hell. And trust me, hell is not no party. People aren't down there going like, woo! Turning up. No. It's a video for another day, but I can go into that. I can go into the description of hell. It's within the Bible as well. I'll go into that in another video. But just make sure that you are dedicating time to God. Real talk. Honor your father and mother, then you will live a long, full life in the land the Lord your God is giving you. Growing up, I've noticed that kids will look at their parents like, you don't understand, or yeah, you've been here, but this is my life, and completely just disregarding advice or wisdom or teachings or just other things that they're trying to express to their kids. They disregard that from their parents. Look, I understand that this is your life, but your parents have been here so much longer than you have. At least double the amount of time that you've been here. So think about all the stuff that you've gone through and you've learned and double that. I would pay attention. I would pay attention. For real. Put God first and listen. Because sometimes, people have their own, situations and their own demons inside of them that they're trying to work out, whether that be the spirit of stress, the spirit of anxiety, the spirit of lust, the spirit of greed, or anything like that. People are working through their own things. So put the Lord first and listen to what it is they're saying. Because some of the stuff, yeah, you want to kind of be like, okay, maybe not that, but a lot of the stuff that they're saying, that they're coming from a place of wisdom. They're coming from a place of teaching. Remain open to that, because I promise you, there's most likely something in there that you've been missing this whole time that they're trying to get you to understand. Real talk. You must not murder. What is a lot of the mainstream music going around nowadays? It's about thugging and gangsters and smoking people and all this stuff, man. And kids growing up nowadays, they're listening to that. That warps your perception of reality. We have kids in the suburbs listening about killing people. What? You live in the whitest community ever. Why do you need to be worrying about killing people? It just completely warps your perception of reality entirely. Because as you grow up, that music, it influences you. If you keep on listening to it over and over again, it influences you. So you grow up and now you're out there fighting people. Now you're out there sagging your pants, wearing bandanas. Now you might want to grow up and get a gun because you think it's cool because your favorite artist raps about it all the time. There's a lot of stuff in mainstream music that is not all right, that so many kids, so many children are listening to. We have to pay attention to that. Parents, if you ever watch this video, you got to pay attention to what your kids are listening. And guys around my age, guys and girls around my age, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, pay attention to what it is you're listening to. Pay attention. Because a lot of this stuff you should not be putting in your head. You should not. Please pay attention. Please. Just pay attention. It's not all right. It's really not. You must not commit adultery. That's another big one. A lot of stuff in today's music, it's talking about sleeping with another dude's wife. I don't really listen to a bunch of female artists, but there could be stuff in there about sleeping with another girl's husband. That's adultery. Or, we're growing up in a society that is showing it is okay to lust after somebody else's relationship. That's not all right. That's not all right. What would you do if you had your boyfriend or you had your girlfriend next to you and your friend was next to you as well, just staring them up and down like, man, I want some of that? You're going to be like, yo, what is wrong with you? What? Yo, what's up? Like, for real, that's not all right. How would you feel if that was happening right here in front of you? We're growing up in a society that teaches it's okay to do that. It's okay to think like that. It's okay to be like that. That's not okay. That's not all right. That is a form of adultery. Taking it one step further and actually committing that sin, that's adultery. You can't be doing that. You can't be doing that. You can't. And if you're listening to music and if you're watching movies that have that in there, if you're, watching people on YouTube just talk about that, whatever. Turn that off. Turn it off. What good is that doing you? Where is the benefit? Where's the growth? If anything, it's detrimental to your own mental health, because you're going to go back out into the world with that movie in your head, with that song in your head, in your subconscious, getting soaked in. And then next thing you know, you're going to see some dude walking with a baddie, and you're going to be like, oh, yeah, dude, come on. Come on. That's not all right. We can't be doing that. We can't. So look, here's the next one. You must not steal. Now this one's quick, because it could be somebody's idea. It could be somebody's identity. It could be material possessions. It could be a relationship. Why not earn those things yourself? Why not go out there and get that yourself? Just as I stated about the celebrities, how they're just like us, man. We can do this stuff if we actually put ourselves to it. That's all that they did. They just put themselves to it. You have the capacity, the capability within yourself to achieve incredible things if you actually put your foot down and did it. You stopped doing all the stuff that distracted you, and you really got to it. You really hopped on your grind. You really put the pedal to the metal, man, where the rubber meets the road. For real. Real talk. You don't got to go out there and take stuff. You can earn it yourself. And I promise you, it's going to be way, way more fulfilling if you go out there and earn it yourself. Because you're going to look back and be like, yo, I did that. Rather than taking it from someone and be like, man, I just did that. That's not cool. For real. Real talk. As I'm going through this, I hope that you guys are understanding within your mind, following these is restoring peace of mind. It's restoring life and peace and prosperity within your life. Whereas you could be searching and searching and searching for it and never find it, because your influence is mainstream information. Your influence is mainstream media, not the Lord. If you put the Lord first, remember, you don't have to be religious to have a relationship with God. You don't have to be religious to have a relationship with the Lord. If you aren't following his teachings, peace of mind, peace in life can be a very difficult thing to find. A very, very, very difficult thing to find. Because everything within these 10 commandments is restoring that one at a time. Real talk. Got a little sidetracked, but you don't need to steal. Earn it yourself. You must not testify falsely against your neighbor. Whether that be talking amongst your friends about your neighbor or another friend, talking with your family, kind of putting down your neighbor or another friend. You don't need to be doing that. Why the gossip? Why the drama? Again, what good is that doing you? Where is that taking you? How do you feel after? Do you feel accomplished? Do you feel on top of the world because you just bashed somebody's name? You just put down somebody, you're like, no. You don't need to be doing that. If you are with people that are speaking bad, why don't you throw some light in there? Yeah, they're going to look at you like, what are you talking about? Let them. You need to, this is your life. You need to live the best one you can. And having that gossip, falsely testifying against your neighbors, it's not going to do that. So you must not falsely testify against your neighbors. Real talk. That's a cool bookmark. You must not covet your neighbor's house. You must not covet your neighbor's wife, male or female. Now, this was back in the olden times, so bear with me. Male or female servant, ox or donkey, or anything else that belongs to your neighbor. Anything. Whether it be material possessions, the wife or husband. Heck, if they've got housekeeping or servants. What does covet mean? Covet means, it means to, I was actually just describing it kind of along the lines, but to, I guess, yearn. Yeah, to yearn for something, to 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 want to claim it as your own, like their possessions. Let's say I had something and you were like, man, I wish I had that. Man, why don't I have that? Oh, I want that. Covet. That's what that means. That's the best I can do. I looked at the description a couple days ago because I was reading through this. Kind of forgot exactly what it said, but that's covet, is to just yearn for that, for something that isn't yours. And again, where it says you must not covet your neighbor's wife, that goes right into you must not commit adultery. So if your neighbor or your friend has a really cool female with them, or has a really cool boyfriend or husband with them, don't yearn for that. Let them do them. You got to get yourself in check, and you got to earn your own stuff. You got to be on your own game. Real talk. You can't be out here coveting things. Real talk. You gotta be doing this stuff yourself. You gotta really be hopping on your grind, your game, man. Otherwise, you're gonna be stuck at square one all the time, complaining and yearning for things that isn't yours. You gotta hop on your grind. Don't waste your time. Ooh, bars. That's it. That's all 10. That was quick. That was really quick. Sometimes when I read this, I'm like, man, I wish there were 20, but 10 is all right. Guys, I encourage you to grab a Bible. If you don't want a paper copy, you can download the app on your phone, just as you download video games or social media. It's real quick, click of a button. You can still scroll and swipe on there too. Just read it for yourself. Really. Even if you don't even plan, on going to a church or talking to God all the time, just open it up, because there's so much wisdom and knowledge in here that is missing in today's society, that is missing in modern humanity. There's a lot packed in here. There's so much packed in here that you can learn from and utilize in your day-to-day life, that will restore that balance, that will restore that peace of mind, that will restore situations. And if you throw God into the mix, really, yearning for the Lord and developing a relationship with Him, you get blessings on top of that. Now, I'm not saying talk to God and pray to God and get to know God for blessings. You should do that because you want to. But I'm saying putting Him first in the things that you do, seeking His will in all you do, He will show you the path to take. He will bless you. He will show you your gifts. He will show you your purpose. Rather than wanting to practice godliness but denying the power thereof. A lot of people are doing that nowadays. They want to practice godliness but deny the power thereof. If you put God first in each thing that you do, ask Him, do you want me to do this? Do you want me to talk about this? Do you want me to hang out with this person? Should I eat this? Should I drink this? He'll give you an answer. If you are really wanting to know that answer, if you're really wanting to understand His will for your life, He'll be right there. He will. 100%. Without a doubt. I guarantee you. But you have to take initiative. You have to be the one that goes to Him. He's been here this whole time, waiting for you. If you turn your phone off, open up the Bible, or start praying today, start getting to know God today, He will help you out in your life. He will expand your life. He will show you the directions to go. He will show you which paths to take. I promise. Thank you for joining. I hope that you guys got as much as I did out of this, because this is incredible. I was telling my little brother earlier today, I love the Bible. I really do. Like, it is absolutely my favorite book, because I've never read something that has so much packed into it, so much knowledge just in it, so much wisdom just here. It's been here the whole time. Dude, I love it. I love it so much. So thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a blessed day. Bye.